Before they put you on the field, teams poke, prod, and examine you, searching for any defect that might affect your performance. No boundary respected. No dignity left intact.
Let me see if I got this right. A dude who participated in the NFL, who got unfairly blackballed and then made a public stunt of trying to get a workout so that he could go back to the NFL after 3, maybe even 2 years of not being mentioned anywhere in the sports world, comes out of thin air with a Netflix documentary about how his life sucked even though he was with a rich white family, to let you all know that the NFL Combine and trying to get drafted and trying to work in the NFL where you could make millions of dollars is the equivalent to slavery. Why is this one of the people that you pride in being one of the good ones? Why is this person sitting there and embarrassing the black community? Why is somebody who actively worked for this organization, this league, this company, whatever you want to call the NFL, sitting here and saying, hey, all of you that are trying to get here, you're trying to follow your dreams, you want to be the next Odell Beckham, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, any of these legends, you want to be the next version of them? Guess what? You're contributing to slavery. You're selling yourself. You're getting poked, prodded. You're being examined so that a team could select you in a draft where you could make millions playing in a game that's your dream. That's something you wanted to do. And so that in and of itself is equal to slavery. I could sit here and laugh at this dude for literal hours at how stupid all of that just sounded, but I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that this dude shares my skin complexion and is walking around claiming that he's so woke and he knows the true black experience and every single thing that upsets him is a product of slavery. This dude is embarrassing. And the fact that there's going to be people, and I've already seen it, who agree with him, that sat there and saw that and watched the whole thing, which arguably I'd say is a good documentary about him, even though this one part I'm talking about is embarrassing. I'd argue it's a good watch. I will still sit here and say this dude and the people who agree with that sentiment are embarrassing. But these are the people y'all stick up for. These are the people that you put up on these pedestals and say they're the spokesperson for black people. They know everything about the black community and all they need is the stage. All they need is people to see them because they know what they're talking about. This is embarrassing. But this is what y'all care for. This is what you champion. This is what you're excited to see. And everyone else that says, actually, that's not really accurate. They're the bad guy. They're the evil human beings that hate Colin Kaepernick, that want him to fail, that want him to pass away, that want all this different shit, when in reality, we're just pointing out the flaws in his statements and saying that people trying to go to the NFL is the equivalent to slavery is embarrassing. Not to mention, white people also want to go to the NFL. They also want to play football. They also want to be a professional athlete who makes millions of dollars. And correct me if I'm wrong, because maybe I am. Maybe I don't know my own history, but I don't know one single slave that was a part of slavery that got millions of dollars for picking cotton in the damn cotton field. Please, I hope I'm wrong. I want somebody to tell me I'm wrong and show me the proof that a slave got millions of dollars for getting whipped, name changed, picking corn, being treated like a thing instead of a person. Please, I want the proof of that. I know people are going to think I'm joking, but I genuinely want to see proof of that. And to end this video on any note, you notice how these people, whether if they're white, black, male, female, trans, shit, whatever it is, they always do this thing where they think they say this hot take and it's something that everyone's going to see and agree with. But if you actually look at it, hear it, and think about it, it embarrasses the movement or the minority group that they're talking about.
I mean, I can say it more directly. You weren't gifted, talented, or smart. You were just most likely, statistically speaking, an upper middle class white kid. And so your school district rewarded you by giving you the title of gifted. And then they use that as an excuse to pull resources from your black and indigenous, low income, disabled, neurodivergent peers and gave them to you. You benefited from the system of white supremacy and classism because you could uphold it as, more likely than not, an upper middle class or middle class white kid. You were the reason and the excuse for withholding resources from marginalized students, and you were complicit in accepting them. And I know you were a child, and I know you probably didn't have a lot of say, and you also didn't have a lot of perspective. But as an adult, if you're still holding on to this idea that you were a gifted kid once, when all that meant is that you could thrive under classism and white supremacy, unpack that.
But again, these are the people you prop up on these pedestals and say they know what they're talking about. So congratulations. I'm happy for Colin and his documentary. I hope he gets millions of dollars for it. This is what y'all want. This is what y'all get. Continue to embarrass your own skin colors. It's not my problem. You know why? Because I, unlike all of you, have this condition where I could pass for a white guy. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.